You are watching Access LaPorte County, Channel 97. Coming up next is the April 10th meeting for the Michigan City Sustainability Commission. You can find more information for this meeting by visiting www.accesslaportecounty.org.
All right, hello. I'd like to call the Michigan City Sustainability Commission meeting to order at 4:31 p.m. on April 10th, 2025. Could I please have roll call?
Yes. Michelle Basta.
Absent.
Tristan Bogart.
Here.
Bailey Chavez. Absent.
Excused.
Excuse. Beverly Mac Martin.
Here.
Nancy Moldenauer.
Here.
Faye Moore.
Here.
Abigail Neary.
Here.
Angela Reynolds.
Excused.
Lauren Zimmer. Me. Here. M. Racine.
Here.
Okay, we have a quorum.
Wonderful. Well, did you call me? It's my last meeting. Did you already take me off?
Oh, I took you off already.
Oh, okay, I'm on the
this is
last
your-
one.
All right.
Here,
Sorry.
it's my
about
last
that.
meeting, guys. It's all right. It's fine. I can just go.
No.
Gosh.
You want to
no,
collect your paycheck.
Right now.
Okay.
All right. We had some fun early on. That's my favorite thing. All right. Did everybody get the minutes with the agenda? So do I have a motion to approve the March 2025 minutes?
I make a motion to approve the March 2025 minutes.
Thank you, Faye. Do I have a second?
Second.
Oh, it's a race. Big one. I have a second from Beverly. All right. Thank you. All in favor to approve the March 2025 minutes? Say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? All right. That passes unanimously. Wonderful. All right. As I mentioned, it's my last meeting, so we have to vote for a new chairperson for the next meeting. And we did have one nomination, but if there's any, Abigail threw in her name. If there's any others going once, any others for chairperson? Nomination only. Nomination second, nomination third. Okay. No one else is nominated. So we're nominating Abby as the next chairperson. Can I nominate her, or do we need to have somebody else? She nominated herself.
Just to go through the formal process of a first and a
Okay.
second.
Can I have a first to nominate Abigail?
I nominate Abigail.
I second it.
All right. All in favor to nominate Abigail?
Aye.
Aye. Okay. That passes unanimously. Any opposed? No. Now we will vote to appoint. Correct. Okay. Do I have a motion to appoint Abigail Neary as our next chairperson of the Michigan City Sustainability Commission?
I motion that we appoint Abigail as our next chairperson.
I second.
And a second. Great. All in favor to appoint Abigail Neary as our new chairperson?
Aye.
Aye. Passed unanimously. I'm thinking. Any opposed? All right. Congratulations, Abby.
Thank you all.
Yay.
Thank you. We appreciate it.
Forward to the next chapter. I've got big shoes to fill.
Oh, well, I appreciate that. Thank you so much. This isn't on here, but I do want a quick welcome of one of our new commission members. She's been appointed by the mayor, and she takes Tim Bauer's place. We'll miss him. He's been great. He's still going to help on the side with some things, and he's helping with me still for our event. So, M. Racine, welcome.
What's the name?
Thank you. M. Racine, do you want to tell us your elevator spiel about yourself?
Sure. I currently work for Save the Dunes, an environmental advocacy org here in Michigan City, and I live in Elston Grove neighborhood. So that's been fun to live there. And before I worked at Save the Dunes, I lived in Chicago and was really into sustainability through the lens of fashion and clothes and upcycling things and kind of all the ways that sustainability can look in our lives. So I'm really happy to be on the board.
So how do you spell your name?
E-M.
Okay.
Yeah.
E-M.
Yeah.
And the last name?
Racine. R-A-C-E.
Oh, like Racine?
Yeah.
Wisconsin.
Excellent. Well, thank you for joining us.
you.
Let's welcome Em, everybody.
Welcome.
Glad to have you.
Glad to be here.
All right, well, we'll move on here to project teams. Explore use of biodiesel by city fleet. Abigail Neary, not a lot of updates, but go ahead.
Yeah, so Nancy, you and I had discussed how Ryan Lysick at Dry Clean Indiana had been meeting with the street department and collecting information. So for now, I'm just letting him go through the process of collecting his additional information. I'll follow up with him again here before our next meeting and see if there's anything else I can share.
Wonderful. Is there any questions? All right, excellent. B, solar power options for city government, Tristan Bogert. I'll read it, but this is on pause currently. Report on Michigan City electric vehicle charging station survey, solar panel array update for installation of solar panels at remaining city buildings without solar, plus battery and inverter installation in those buildings with panels only already. This is on pause currently, but we'll update you when we have more information. Any questions or did I miss? All right, excellent. C, electric municipal vehicle project, Michigan City Police Department, MCPD and Transit Department. Tristan Bogert, Bailey Chavez, exploring the possibilities of adding electric vehicles to the Michigan City Police Department fleet. We've met with Chief Corley. He instructed us to collect some additional information about Dodge electric vehicles as well as upfitment information. We also have reached out to Performance Services for some additional information regarding solar on the roof and or field. The department has. We have found 3 upfitters thus far that are known to have worked with electric vehicle upfitments in regards to Tesla vehicles. I do know that we did have an email. Did you want to update us?
So Chief Coral got back to us with that information. I haven't had a chance to look at it through the school, so I'm
Okay.
going to look at that.
It was a recent email,
Yeah.
correct? Yeah, Chief Corley, he needed to gather some information for us to proceed, and it looks like we'll have a good update for that hopefully next month then. All right, that's going to be exciting. They were really excited to have us when we went for our meeting, and they had a lot of questions. So hopefully we'll see the police departments with some electric vehicles before too long. D, green burials and burial sections. Lawrence Zibber and, Abby, you'll have to put yourself onto that one next month.
yeah.
Okay. Pursuing green burial and burial section at Swan Lake Cemetery. They had meeting to discuss the idea of green burials and burial sections. And the first meeting for green burial team was on February 12th. They reported on that. It was really did well. Is there anything further? Have you any further meetings set up or anything?
Today we had the event at the League of Women Voters event at the Dunes Pavilion.
Perfect.
And so there was a good turnout there. There was probably 100 people, I would say. And so we had our table set up. I had the board set up, and Abby and I manned the table. And we asked people to vote on which of the 3 options they would prefer for themselves, just, kind of to gauge public, interest. And we got 14 people to reply that they liked the green burial concept, and only 1 person for cremation.
Okay.
So it seems like the interest is there.
It is. Good, good.
So-
Well, I'm glad you brought that up here. That was a good segue. I had you also added to the agenda later with some events, so I got the update for that too.
Right.
And that was, what was it called again?
Sail away.
Sail away.
Sail into Lake Michigan.
Sail away into Lake Michigan.
Sail away into Lake Michigan. Yeah, and that was the League of Women Voters.
Right.
And there were loads of tables there and some speakers about
Right.
environmental events.
One of the speakers was the executive director of the Alliance for the Great Lakes. So it was
Great.
really very interesting.
Oh, I bet.
Very, very informative.
Did you want to add anything else, Abby, while we're on the discussion of that? Okay, good.
What was the statistic about the plastic pollution though that he told us?
Oh,
Something
yes,
like
I wrote
20?
that down. 22 million pounds of plastic are going into the Great Lakes per year.
That's
22
serious
That's
stuff.
been a number like
22
that.
million tons?
Pounds.
Pounds,
Pounds.
okay.
Wow.
Yeah,
But still, that's a lot.
pounds.
Annually.
That's-
Yes.
It's just kind of hard to believe, but
Well, it's it's shocking.
It is.
What it is. Wow, that's a lot. So, well, we've got our work cut out for us, and that's why we do these sorts of things and beach cleanups and
Try to encourage recycling.
exactly and refilling your containers and things like that. So, all right. Wow. Does anybody else have anything? No.
I'll just add one more comment to that. I think he also said that when they do the adopted beach cleanups, that 80%, because they like weigh the bags and they look at the bags, that 80% of what they pick up is plastics.
plastic.
And Indiana's number is higher than that. Alliance is 87% of plastic on Indiana specific beaches are plastic.
And we have a small amount of beach.
Yes. I have that data.
Of course. No. I don't. We like the numbers, So, all right. Well, then, we got, what we're up against, and we do have some beach cleanup set and hopefully some more, like I said, education for reusable. And we all need to use the other bottles sometimes, but try to buy recycled, and that encourages recycling, So, was there any? Okay. Excellent. We'll move on to E, waste reduction garbology. I'll just read this. I don't think there's any current updates. Waste reduction garbology, Daisy Lee, Tim Bauer, Bailey Chavez. Of course, a couple of these people will fall off as they've fallen off the commission. Angela Reynolds and Michelle Basta. Update on progress of pilot project in Washington Park Beach, which would include fun, colorful recycling collection containers of native species like frogs. Explore item grant for recycling projects of $200,000. Collaborative effort with Sasha G. Burns of LaPorte County Solid Waste District, Shannon Eason of Michigan City Parks and Recreation, and Robin Cohn of Michigan City Public Art Committee. Contact with the NIPSCO for potential funding will be approached when plan available. Collaborative effort with Sasha G. Burns for reuse room, trading, borrowing, donating items to a communal or virtual location for public use. First Presbyterian of Michigan City has agreed to let us use their parking lot off Washington for our possible future pop-ups in spring and summer of sustainable options for restaurant campaign. You can always check out our inventory, our greenhouse gas emissions inventory for carbon footprint reduction at our website. And it indicates that Michigan City and Northwest Indiana are extremely high for sending trash to the landfills instead of participating in reduction and recycling. So we want to always, like we were just saying, encourage reusing, the first two R's. It's kind of a hierarchy, right? Reduce first, then reuse, then recycle as the last option. Refuse has been thrown in there too. That's sort of like reduce, refuse, just, try not to as much as possible. Does anybody have any comments or questions or recent restaurants they've been to with paper straws or really good packaging?
The only thing I would like to add
Yes.
is Chris Carter, who's the director of Refuge in Michigan City, approached me and said that he and his department were interested in offering a workshop.
Wonderful.
Yeah, regarding recycling, because his whole department is going to be really pushing the recycling idea
Good,
for the
good.
community. So I liked it that he came to me.
Yeah, good. Talk to Sasha, get everybody on the same page and get a workshop because she does
Yeah.
it all the time, doesn't she?
Exactly.
All right, well, that's good.
And also, I did invite her to come to one of the city council meetings and just do a quick 10-15 minute overview so people will start getting used to the idea of recycling.
Excellent. Well, we've got good curbside pickup here. So, and the recycling that we use, sometimes you can't recycle darker plastics because the lights don't see them.
Oh, everything, you can do everything now.
So that you can do it now.
With the
Ours.
new, with the new Borden company.
So, Borden, they take darker plastics. So that's
Including
wonderful.
the blacks.
Yeah, because the UV lights wouldn't see the black and dark brown plastics. So that's really good. Well, like a lot of fruit, mushrooms
Yeah.
and things, they come in those darker, unless you get them in bulk. And so, it's one of those things, right?
They'll take them now. Yeah,
And they
they
take 'em
also
now.
take the ice cream containers and the milk cartons. They take all of that the other company would not take.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, so check out in your water. Usually that's where you have a leaflet. And if you don't have that, LaPorte County Solid Waste is who does our recycling. We have our own garbage in town, but our recycling is through LaPorte County Solid Waste. So, sometimes that can be confusing if you're looking for, if you just type in garbage pickup or whatnot. So LaPorte County for recycling, and they can let you know. And then they also have options for drop off, for special recycling. Things that drive me crazy are wrappers, the single use wrappers and candy bar things. And you can collect those, and they have certain drop offs for like candy and razors, Brita
corks.
pitcher filter. Yeah. Yeah. So, there's they did have, I don't know if they still do, but they had guitar string even. So that's another thing. Check out LaPorte County Solid Waste to see what you can collect to recycle and take in.
Because I thought you could recycle those dark plastic containers that you take out food comes in. So I didn't know that the darker plastics couldn't be recycled, so I had been putting that in there, not knowing.
Borden is
Now
about a
you
year.
can.
We've
You
had
can
Borden
now.
for about a year, so I
can
don't
go
quote me
Borden.
exactly, but they are newer.
Throw them in. They'll take everything, and they also take the prescription medicine bottles also
Empty.
empty. Well,
Empty. You'd be surprised.
okay.
I used to empty one before there was. We had a special collection that I was in charge of emptying, and there were more than once that people left their meds. I mean, it was like amoxicillin, but so empty it before.
Don't flush it down the toilet.
No, don't flush it down the toilet. Take it to a special recycling.
No.
Did anybody have any questions or any more comments?
You had mentioned restaurants. I know Leeds Public House over here. They always use the green cardboard,
Oh, good.
recyclable for your carryouts and paper bags. Everything is pretty green there.
All right. Shout out for Leeds.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Shout out for Fiddlehead too.
Yes,
Fiddlehead,
they do
great.
the same. Yes, yes, yes. Who else did one recently that I saw? Lakeshore Coffee. It's not coffee. Lakeshore Cafe. They also do. So, and nobody pays me for this. I go there because I like it. And of course, it matters to a lot of us to try to support, reduce, reuse, recycle. So, all right.
And thank them for doing it.
Yes,
Be sure that they know that you are noticing it and are thankful for it.
it matters.
Yeah.
It definitely matters. All right, well, I'll move on to F, continue promoting Soul Smart Silver designation with partner Indiana University Resilience Cohort. Nancy Moldenauer, I cut your first name off there, my bad. My typos will be gone after this month. Tristan Bogert, Angie Reynolds, Andy Jans Davis, Beverly McMartin, and Sylvia Collins Martin. Sent 2 emails to consultant Kelly Avies of National League of Cities and Michigan City Development Director Skylar York to follow the alternative plan of drafting a statement with ordinance corrections and then posting it on the Michigan City website to meet final requirement. Do you want to?
Update. It's no longer an option. According to the U.S. Department of Energy, we've had some changes.
Okay.
Okay, so, but I did hear back from Councilman Randy Novak with the LaPorte County government.
Good.
And the LaPorte County Plan Commission does have all of the revisions that they need to make in that ordinance. They have absolutely everything they need, except the current chair of that commission wants to kill solar for all of LaPorte County, except Councilman Novak says he doesn't have the support needed to do that, so he doesn't have the votes.
That's good.
Yeah, so the question is, will he move ahead on it
Okay.
or not?
All right.
So
Got some phone calls to make, everyone.
Who is that individual that wants to?
I'd rather not say.
Okay.
We could maybe, if it's a matter of public knowledge.
We could just say
we
the
could-
current chair of the LaPorte County Plan Commission,
Okay.
and I'm sure that information is available on the website.
So we can
Yeah.
go ahead and check the website and send a letter.
It's the Plan Commission.
Yes, the Plan Commission. Has to come out of that committee first, and then it has to go to the commission.
All right, we'll just show our support for solar. A lot of us have solar panels and things, so that's good. Eventually, hopefully, I'll get those solar panels. Got the new roof a couple years ago.
Great.
So, is there any other updates on the? No, not until we get further information. Wonderful. Well, we look forward to eventually getting that SoulSmart designation. We are silver, so that's awesome. Worked really hard. Tristan did so much legwork. I really appreciate all of that with getting all the statistics and everything together and all of the technical information that we needed to be able to go forward with that. So hopefully we'll see gold soon and eventually platinum. All right, did anybody have any more questions or anything? I'll read the bottom part of that. The link is getting started with solar on our website. So if you have any information, that's the Sustainability Commission on the Michigan City Government website page. And that helps Michigan or Northwest Indiana residents and businesses with solar panel installation. All right. Carbon Neutral Indiana. That's Andy Jans Davis, Nancy Moldenauer, Faye Moore, Lawrence Zimmer. Carbon Neutral Indiana's innovative book called Carbon Neutral Indiana, A Practical Guide to Climate Solutions, available to buy online. Interviews with Faye, Nancy, and shout outs to Lawrence and original Sustainability Commission member Deb Chubb are all mentioned in the book for their contributions, solar and in the environment. We're super proud of you guys. Brag moment. Carbon Neutral Indiana recently purchased carbon credits from an innovative asphalt recycling project that reduces carbon emissions by 71% compared to traditional paving methods. So this cold in place recycling method was piloted in Porter County. Oh, and it's explained here. This is a very long website, so you can check out our agenda, and those are posted online, the Michigan City website. And it's www.government/pavement, lots there. So go ahead and check that out. And then if you need to schedule an assessment with Carbon Neutral Indiana, they can find out what your carbon footprint is, basically how much you use on a daily basis. You call them, it's free for the assessment. You have your phone bill, your various bills, your electric bills. I don't know if it's a phone bill, but various bills. And you discuss with them what sort of diet you have and how much you drive and what you drive. And then they calculate how much carbon that you use. And then you have the ability to purchase carbon offsets. And they do things like I mentioned here before, or paving or planting trees, capping natural gas. And that will help to reduce carbon emissions. And so you're paying to help do that. And my family's carbon neutral for $45 a month. You can do partial, you can do full, you can donate for other people, or you can just find out what your emissions are and then try to work on that on your own. So in the book, there's a lot of really good information in there besides our awesome folks in here. It is a practical guide. There are a lot of things that you can actually do that'll make a difference. So I know a lot of us have the book too. And did you have anything that you wanted to add?
No, you cover really good.
Good.
Yeah.
Good.
Oh, the capping of the wells, the natural gas wells. They're continuing to do that.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Good. So there's a lot of ways that they are reducing carbon emissions in your name. So we appreciate that. Now that doesn't mean go out and do extra carbon emissions, because you could be neutral, right? All right. H, contract with performance services. PS, under $98,000 grant from Indiana Office of Energy Development, OIED. Nancy, would you do the honor of maybe reading this one for me?
Yeah, I think people are really familiar with this project. Beverly found the grant for us, and then I wrote it with the help of many, 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 many people in Michigan City and Northwest Indiana and Indianapolis, and we submitted it in a week. Right now, I'm just going to say we're on pause with this. Questionable funding with what the federal government is doing right now, especially to the appropriations that were made by the Biden administration through the EPA for projects like this. And I'm pretty sure we're in one of those streams of money. So we're just sort of treading water right now. I'm still looking for the second quarterly report from Performance Services, and also their expenses need to be filed. And Tristan and I talked about this right before we started this meeting.
Perfect.
So
Wonderful. Well, on pause, but we'll update as we know. Anybody have any questions? All right. Here's the mouthful. Northwest Indiana Region Resilience, NWIRR, Action Planning Work Group. Nancy Moldenauer, Tristan Bogart, and Andy Jans Davis. I can even say my own name today. Current National Wildlife Federation wildlife habitat points earned by Michigan City, which signed up in July 2024. 47 habitats certified, 65 points of the 250. Did you want to explain, Tristan? Or do you want me to just read?
You're good.
Okay, good. Just as long as I'm doing it correctly, because this is Tristan's pet project, so I don't want to do it incorrectly. Registration, we have 25 points of 40. Excellent, we're going great there. Education, we have 15 points of 40. Community outreach, 25 points of 50. Administration, 5 points of 20. After certified, 30 new signups required annually for recertification. That's not too bad. I think we could do that pretty easily. Michigan City will secure municipal certification from National Wildlife Federation certification for our local wildlife habitats, including households. That's 1 point. Common areas are 3 points. Schools, nature center, 5 points. To create and certify your garden, www.nwf.org/native-plants-habitats/creative-and-certified. There's a test later. Joking. That's also on our website. So anything that I say that I'm reading off here is on the website, so you can check that out there. We were awarded Northwest National Wildlife Foundation Northwest Indiana Regional Certification, the first in our country, in September 2023, with the coordinated efforts by Kathy Sipple. Shout out to her. She's an environmental rock star. Each county and municipality can now enroll more individuals, schools, churches, businesses, parks to obtain their local NWF pollinator sanctuary certification. Press release needs to be modified and sent to media after workshops scheduled for community. NIRPC, NERPCs, developed best practices and model programs to reduce greenhouse gas emissions is still being edited by Kathy Luther, perhaps with Nancy and others' assistance. Northwest Indiana Regional Planning Commission, NERPC, has published a sustainability toolkit entitled Sensible Tools Handbook and Best Practices for a Changing Landscape 2023. Available online. That's on NERPC's website. Another long one, not going to say it. Check out our website. The Michigan City website is pretty handy, though. You get to find out all the things that are going on around town, too. So, did anybody, excuse me, have anything to add or any questions about that? Getting your yard certified isn't bad. You can have a really small city yard and still qualify. I know a lot of people are like, oh, I need a big city or a big yard. I have a small yard. Our water is often a Frisbee that's turned upside down with water in it or whatever toys one of my children, not my older child anymore, but that they've left outside, and I just put some water in it and dump it out and put some more water in it. Bird bath is great too. That's the only water you need.
Tristan, do you know if we got credit for the Northwest Indiana Green Drinks presentation that we did on the pollinator gardens?
Not yet. I'll look into it.
Okay, yeah, so we do have more points then for one of those categories.
Yeah, it should probably just pending at the moment.
Okay, okay.
And we'll have even more points after Earth Month Extravaganza.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and I want to acknowledge Em for that, part of the Green Drinks presentation that was happened a couple months ago now, I think. March, yeah.
Thank you. All right, excellent. So the garden, I have a nice little sign, and it says food source. Don't worry, it doesn't have to be a crazy food source. It's also flowers, because those are pollinator food sources. So it's pretty simple to get your yard certified. Again, I live in the city, small yard, 3 trees. 1 tree doesn't count. It's invasive and I can't get it removed. So anyway, anybody for a small fee can do that. So anybody have any questions? All right. Excellent. So moving on to Soul Power. Faye, before I read it out, you often do these. Did you want to take this one or do you want me to do it?
I don't have anything new.
Okay, then I can read it out.
The black underline.
Okay. I'll just read the black underline then.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Our current Tier 2 session, 5 out of 6 students graduated from instruction, which began in January. On March 26th, that's when they graduated, was on March 26th. Then they will take a test in a few weeks. Next Tier 3 session begins May 2025. Soul Power received grant awards of $11,000. Excellent. From the city of Michigan City, and $3,000 from Michigan City Community Enrichment Corporation. Thank you to everyone. Thank you from the city of Michigan City and Michigan City Community Enrichment Corporation and whoever worked on writing to get those. I'm guessing Danita Scully wrote for those.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Danita, for doing all of that. Nancy closed the gap between classroom learning and hands-on experience at City Council meeting in April with union representative who presented on social status of African American males, job training and certification program for solar panel installation in partnership with NAACP, LaPorte County, Michigan City Sustainability Commission, IBEW-531, Ivy Tech Valparaiso, Work One, and Just Transition Northwest Indiana. To learn more about this program, this one's on the NAACP website, but again, just check out our agenda. There's also future trainings, and you can make a donation to the program. So again, round of applause for getting those grants, and those are folks in our neighborhood taking classes taught here locally, and they're working on getting solar installation jobs and solar panel jobs locally. And I mean, it can be applied, I'm assuming that you can get solar panel jobs all over the place. So excellent.
And I also want to make a shout out that this program does include people that may have a background of being classified as a felon. So this is one opportunity for that group of individuals. And they do try to target individuals that live at or near the poverty level. So it's also like an uplifting program.
Good. Job training and the whole bit. So excellent. Did anybody have anything they wanted to add or ask about that one today? All right. Everyone's quiet today. My favorite thing's coming up, so I'll talk for 20 minutes anyway. K, Solar United Neighbors, son, Andy Jans Davis, Nancy Molnauer, Faye Moore, and Abby Neary. Effort to coordinate, son, Faith in Place, Places of Worship, nonprofit, and mayor's office, hopefully moving forward after conversation with Faith in Place by Nancy at the Indiana Sustainability Conference. Brian has offered to hold introductory sessions with Faith in Place for places of worship and nonprofits about solar panel installation on their facilities, of which Nancy has requested and Mayor Angie supports. Brian's coordinating engagement of those interested in solar panel installations for homes as well and small businesses. That's ongoing. Solar panel information, it's free. This is a not-for-profit organization, so you can find out information. They are not installers, but they can put you on the right path to installers. But they help you ask the right questions and get you on the right path. And all of that information is free. So you can coordinate with Solar United Neighbors, www.solarunitedneighbors.org. That one's an easy one again. That's all on our agendas. So just if you check that out. I was mentioning solar panels earlier. Several commissioners now, I think, have solar panels or some solar panel either working on their whole home. I know Faye was one of the first people in Michigan City to have the solar panels. We like to shout her out. They look great too. They're not they're not an eyesore to me at all. I think I know some people are a little concerned about how some things might look. And I've heard various things, and the angle that they just sit there perfectly, and you even have battery backup too, a whole setup. And Nancy has the whole thing as well. So they do recommend you have a newer roof. That was what I was mentioning earlier. I needed to get a new roof a couple years ago. So check it out. And does anybody? You can also you'll be coming. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, so on this one, Indiana Solar United Neighbors Indiana branch. They have an Indiana Solar Action Team.
Yes.
And they're going to have a meeting Tuesday, April the 22nd at 7 Eastern Time, 6 hour time. And it's going to be online. So I want to know, can I get that posted on our site?
We can share
Look
that.
on the Facebook site.
Yeah, I'll share that. Will you send it to me?
So, yeah, I'll send that to you.
Perfect.
So people can get registered.
Mm-hmm.
Because they wanted to register April the 8th is when I received this email, and I thought I had forwarded, but I had not. So I will forward this to you so that we can get this on the website.
Great. Thank you.
And what is the event?
It's an Indiana Solar Action Team meeting by Zoom.
Action team?
Meeting on solar.
Okay.
Things that we need to be doing because...
With our legislators? And
No, it's
Right.
run by Sun.
Right. Well,
It's
this is run by
that one's not.
Zach.
Yes.
Yeah, that's Sun.
That Zach, he's the main guy at Sun.
Oh, yeah, Son. Yeah.
He's just, sorry, all the abbreviations, right? Solar United Neighbors.
Right.
Took me a minute for NERC. I'm like, what? What is NERC? Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Larry, I'll forward it to you also.
Thank you.
Perfect. And we will see, Brian Flory will have a table at our event. So, yes, we will be seeing him at, unless anybody has any other questions, we're going to move on to the next
It's my
thing.
turn.
Do it.
Caught you being green.
I did it on purpose for you today, Nancy.
Thank you.
So, the Call You Being Green engagement, India Jans Davis, Tim Bauer, Michelle Basta. Earth Month extravaganza is set for April 26th, 2025, 12 to 3. That's the main event. Inside, there will be also at 10:30, you can show up and do a beach clean. Item is working on that. And so we'll have bags and everything. Just show up, bring your people, and we'll clean some of that. How much plastic was it off the beach?
87% is plastic.
87% is plastic, and so many
Pounds.
thousands.
22 million.
22 million pounds plastic. Well, let's get 1 million pounds. I'm kidding. Not really. We'll do our best, but let's get whatever we see. So show up at 10:30 if you want to be involved with that. If the weather cooperates, we do have a few folks that want to be outside because it's at the beach, so it'll be beautiful. We definitely have outside several, at least 4 electric vehicles that we'll be seeing. And I will share with everyone that if you are a person of interest that has an electric vehicle and you want to come show it off, you just register, but then you have to babysit your vehicle. They won't be in charge of it, and know that other people will look at it and sit in it. They will not drive it or anything like that, but have your vehicle available for folks to sit in and touch it. I can share a link. We can post it, and I can post it on the webpage that we are associated adjacent with. So, and share any of that information if anybody has an electric vehicle. And they encouraged us, Drive Clean Indiana, to invite the public, whoever had an electric vehicle that wanted to show up and park and babysit their vehicle, to do it. So
And that's in Fetters Alley.
and that'll be in the Fetters Alley area.
Okay.
Yes. So the event itself will be at the senior center and the surrounding grassy knoll area. Depends on setup of the day, of course. And then just past the building is Fetters Alley, and that's where the electric vehicles will be set up. It's free admission at that point to the beach, so don't worry about having a beach sticker. You guys can get into Washington Park. So I know a lot of us are going to have tables. If you guys have any questions or want to help me with volunteering or any of that stuff, just get a hold of me after the meeting. Send me an email, text me. I like pigeons, owls too. If you can train an owl to send me a note, that'd be great. So does anybody have any questions about Earth Month Extravaganza? I also have some flyers here, and I've shared the digital several times, and there's a Facebook event.
Do you know what size the tables are?
The tables are round 8-foot tables. It's really interesting. They had new flooring put in.
All right.
And so we can't move the tables, brand new flooring. So what we can do to elongate the tables, though, is if you had perhaps a small folding table, we could put it in between two. But our tables in the very front will be the commission table. At the front is not the round table because we have to greet everyone. There are 8-foot banquet table, 2 to 3 of those for us, but most folks will be on a round table. It'll be more of an intimate experience. It'll be a little different than we're used to, but I'm looking forward to having the parking and space available, especially with the vehicle. So we'll see how we do inside.
So can you set up your display for people to walk around
Yes.
the table?
A full 360.
That could be interesting.
Yeah.
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 All right.
Or the sides of the table like fold down.
You can fold down
So-
the leaves.
Oh,
You just can't
all right.
push anything together.
Okay.
So, but there are 40 something of those
Okay.
round tables, as well as many available banquet tables, but we only need 3
Okay.
since we have the 40 other ones.
Okay.
So, I mean, it's going to be interesting because we're used to, the vendor kind of on one side and us on the other. But I think it'll be neat to have that 360 and kind of a more, friendly setup. And again, we have a lot of outside stuff available too. And the beach, I mean, it's the beach. So, cool. Anybody else?
So, so you're talking about a table for this commission that somebody else is going to be manning?
Well, we usually have Bailey is
Okay.
there.
Right.
And last year, I know you brought a few things. If you wanted, you could do that. If you want, you and Abby talked about a green burial.
Right.
I would like to have that one like with the commission.
All right,
So-
so we could have basically everything related to that on one table.
Right.
And
Or
not-
if you
not
would
have a lot of
prefer
other stuff.
the round one, you could do you'll have your own.
Okay.
But my thoughts were the sustainability, like a greeting clicker table with some of the things that the seeds and things and handouts. And then your table perhaps on the other side of that.
Okay.
But if you prefer a round table, that's fine too. The senior center, it's really nice inside and I'll be there all day. We can go the week before and figure out too. Whatever works. I don't.
What time do you want us there in the morning to set up?
However long you think you'll need to set up. If you only need
So
a half an hour.
11:30 or something?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll be there at 9 at the latest.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So I won't sleep. So I probably, I should just stay the night, but they don't allow that. Well, maybe they do. I didn't ask. So Anyway, sure.
I have one thing. Save the Dunes will be tabling at this event as
Excellent.
well. And we're going to be doing a plastic-free pledge where anyone who takes this pledge, 40 people, I'm maxing it to, will receive a Hydro Flask, stainless steel Hydro Flask that, this.
Or this.
Well, it's all these colors from Save the
Oh.
Dunes. We received a donation from Hydro Flask for these, so they're part of our Earth Month table giveaways with the plastic-free pledge.
First 40 people.
Get
First
there
40
early,
people.
folks.
Get
Yes.
there early. It's popular. It's our fourth one. The tree board gives away trees. We'll have seeds to give away, and just so many environmental groups. And I could talk for a long time, but most of them are listed on our website. Not our website. I'm sorry, on the Facebook event, and also I will update that over the weekend so that everyone who has confirmed you will know. And sometimes we get a surprise at the end. So the more environmental organizations, the better, I think. Anybody else? All right, we've had a few social media posts, the Caught You Being Green. Restaurants, we really encourage if you see businesses or individuals doing green things, let's shout them out. We really like to do that. And then down here, I also put for engagement, the League of Women Voters as an event, the Sail Away had an event, sail into Lake Michigan. When this is due to be sent in, it was still a future event.
Oh, yeah.
So I have to send my agenda in when it's still, so that was not exactly a typo. But they already spoke about the event earlier. So it was great. And that was at Indiana Dunes State Park. And hopefully we'll be doing things like that again. Did anybody have any comments? All right. Commission comments. If you all won't mind, I'll start. Okay. I just want to thank everyone for giving me this opportunity of a lifetime. It's been 6 years and it's just been amazing. I want to thank my family for supporting me and coming today, and my husband, James, for picking the kids up because I had to be here and all the things and taking care of all of that. And my kids, you're awesome. Nancy, thank you for being my mentor. Thank you, Sharon, Councilperson Sharon Carnes, for even suggesting I do this because I didn't think in a million years I could. So I hope to see you guys again real soon. But anyway, just thank you all for everything, your support, and yeah, all of the things. So thank you. I really, really appreciate it from the bottom of my heart.
Thank you. Your energy is contagious. That's
Thank
what
you.
keeps all of us going.
Well, I'll still be around. You probably won't be able to get rid of me. You might need to
That's good.
file a restraining order or something.
You're always welcome. Just voice and no vote.
Right, voice
So-
and no vote. All right, that's fine. I can be loud and annoying without a vote. All right, so I still have to finish this meeting. Any other commission comments?
Just thank you.
Yes.
Thank you for
You're
everything
welcome.
you've done, and
Yes.
thank you for getting me involved in this. And we look forward to hearing all of you continuing to help champion us on.
Anytime. I love it. It's my thing. I do. I love it. Absolutely. Anyone else? Commission comments? Commission comments going once? Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice. Comments twice. Comments 3 times. All right. That's it. Public comments?
My turn.
That's you.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Yeah. Twinsy.
Right.
Yeah.
You guys are both making me cry.
Well, I'm crying too. So
I brought this on purpose. Waterproof mascara.
Andy, this has blossomed and bloomed beyond my wildest dream of whatever was possible. And what I want you to know is you filled my shoes overflowingly, okay? And I could not have thought of any other person that I would rather have had, step into the chair position. And as everybody says, you have you have and will continue to inspire all of us, because truly this is your passion and we get that. And, you'll be around. I know that. I know you're going to be creating your side projects out there somewhere in the community, and you'll be reporting on those to us. I just know that's who you are, and that's who you'll continue to be. And every so often, it's really important just to step back and take a break. So we give you permission to do that.
Well, I've reached my term until you guys change it, right?
Yeah, but I'm just saying, it's good to renew. I was on Save the Dunes board for, 3 terms, 6 years, and stepped off for 2 years. And when I returned, I had a whole different vision and a whole different view of what was possible. So, relish your time off,
I will.
enjoy yourself.
Thank you.
Stay centered. All that good stuff.
I'll do my best.
Just thank you from the bottom of my heart.
You're welcome. It's been an honor.
Yeah.
A real honor.
Absolutely. And we both were appointed by the Michigan City Council at the same meeting.
Yeah, same
actually.
day. Yep.
The same day.
Mm-hmm. I'll never forget it.
I won't either.
Thanks, Nancy.
Thank you, Andy.
Any other public comments? You guys are the public. No hard feelings if you don't want to. All right. Public?
I'm public. Scott Mellon, 200 Kenwood Place. Abby, I don't know you, but your energy is amazing.
Thank you.
I've seen you a couple times in action, and I think Miss Neri has tough shoes to fill.
She'll do great.
I hope she brings her A game. I'm sure she will.
She will. She's something else.
But you've done a great job.
Thank you.
And as a citizen, I thank you for that.
Thank you.
Couple things. I just recently read in the things I read the last couple of days that they've recently discovered human brains have the equivalent of 5 bottle caps of plastic in them, which I find incredibly hard to believe. But they also said that 98% of microplastics ingestion could be eliminated by eliminating water bottles, drinking out of water plastic bottles. It's hard to believe that enough plastic sheds from a bottle to go into your brain that way. One of the things I've noticed is there are so many initiatives with the Sustainability Commission that I wonder if the energy isn't diluted. It's hard when it feels like it's a 5-alarm fire out there with the environment. But given the current politics in the nation at the federal level and our state level and our county level that are all universally anti-green, which is heartbreaking, especially when solar and utility scale wind are the lowest cost producers of new energy, that our county wants to ban all new utility scale solar plants is just outrageous. They want to complain about noise. As far as I know, a solar panel makes no noise, and they're essentially glass and inert after they're made. So I find this a very difficult argument to understand at any level. Be that as it may. So if we're maybe too diluted in too many things, maybe the focus is lost. One of the things that breaks my heart in this town is we have a great recycling. We're lucky with the type of recycling that is available to us with LaPorte County. They accept almost everything. But you still have to do it right. And as I drive around, my heart breaks seeing bags of recyclables. As we all know here, they're not supposed to be bagged, they're supposed to be loose. This company does take styrofoam, but not in the blue bins. You have to take it to their facility. So when you get your new television and you put the box with all its packing materials in the recycling bin, you've done nothing positive. You have to remove all the plastic and styrofoam to recycle the cardboard. So the message, I wonder if we could focus on getting people to do what we can better. Because grants coming out of the feds, forget about it for a couple of years. So I think we should focus on what we can do. The straws in town, I know for the last year you've wanted to make a thing of asking not to give straws. When I go to local restaurants, I never use straws, just in principle. I'm a big boy, I can drink a straw. But they automatically put a straw down.
There's
and it's
a lot.
Annoying. And I try to stop them when I can, but once it's the table, it's done. It's garbage now. So if we could just focus on getting people to recycle better, because we are really backwards in this county, as we all know. We have a high disposal rate of garbage, we have a low recycling rate, and what recycling there is done wrong by at least 50% of the people.
It can be very difficult.
It's heartbreaking, and I know it hurts all of us. And another thing we could accentuate for people is that NIPSCO Green Energy Program. I was at 50% green energy for the cost of 50 cents a month. I just recently stepped up to 100% for $1.04 a month, I think.
Wow.
And I have a really big house, but I have a really low NIPSCO bill because I'm efficient. My
Nice.
budget plan is $273 a month for an excess of a 5,000 square foot house.
That's incredible.
I try. But I have lights on and I have the heat on. But you know, and I've been on Facebook where people complain, why would I pay them anything to do this? It's such a ripoff. I'm like, it's $1 to help move us in that direction.
Right.
I find that, of course, a very small price to pay. Their gas replacement is a little more expensive, though. But the electric is really cheap.
Thanks for the reminder of the options.
You know, and it's really easy to sign up for. And, you know, again, we're trying to do so many things. It's like, do we get anything done? Whereas I think we could really maybe tighten up on a few things and maybe make a bigger impact locally. But again, I applaud every one of you for everything you pour into this. I know your hearts are really in it. I know we all care. And it's just, how do we get other people to care? Mm-hmm. And that's so hard. It's so hard to break through the noise.
Thank you. I appreciate
But
that.
again, thank you for all your efforts, and that's my feedback.
No, like education is super important, and you know, Sasha, we've been working on doing different campaigns with her. We have had a couple of our folks that are more interested in education transition out. So unfortunately, you're correct with the education part of it. I'm big on that. That's the Earth Month extravaganza. That's one thing where everybody comes and it's free, and we like to give that stuff out. But I agree with you that garbage and recycling, Tristan was talking about with National Wildlife Federation, the different outreach programs we're supposed to do with things like that. So there are some programs locally, but I agree. We definitely should focus on recycling and garbage and get that
And
back.
like most major change, it takes like 3 generations,
Right,
like smoking.
right.
So we have to get it into the elementary schools.
Sasha at G. Burns, she goes to the schools.
It's all over it.
Sasha goes.
Yeah. But Sasha goes to the schools with she's with the Wolport County Recycling and does various fairs, you know, school fairs and things like that.
And that's how we're going to affect change.
Yeah, definitely. I agree 100%. I used to do a lot of volunteering at my kids' school with sustainability. So yeah, because I remember it was the 6-pack rings around the duck's
I
neck.
still cut 'em.
Yeah, exactly. So I often say we need the give a hoot, don't pollute back, because we don't really have good PR for the environment these days.
But if you'd like to give me your email address and we want to continue, I'd love to hear your ideas about what else we could be doing and how to motivate people, or just, you know, be interested in any thoughts you have.
Also, too, if I could add that everything we do is collaboratively, so we're not holding all of the responsibility for anything that we do. So most of the time we have other organizations doing the heavy lift, and we're there to spread the word, enroll people, and things like that. Scott, I think we've seen a real change in this administration, that they are now laser focused on the recycling aspect of us getting our tonnage of the amount of trash that's going to the landfill. So up until us getting the cooperation of the people that are in charge of things, and just, you know what I mean? So I think we're in a new era here. And thank you for your words of encouragement. And what I really respect and appreciate about you is you always do your research and you know what you're talking about, no matter what meeting you're at. And personally, I do appreciate it. So thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, I do. I always get quite a delight when I see members of the public here. So All right, one more time. Public comments, public comments, public comments. All right, announcements. Northwest Indiana Green Drinks will be Thursday, May 1st, 2025, 6:30 p.m. Central on either the Environment with EPA or Burning with a local artist via Save the Dunes Facebook Live or Zoom link from m@savethedunes.org.
We've got Christina Nowski, I believe her last name is. She's the local artist.
She's coming.
She's confirmed, yes.
Good,
Yes.
I sent you the email with the recording from last month's too.
good, good.
Oh, was I supposed to look at that today in the midst of all 4 engagements I have?
So she's going to present on her collaboration with the Humane Indiana and Midwest Audubon on her creation of this year's Birding Fest poster.
Nice.
And then
Good, good.
Birding Fest will be in May as well.
Check that out. Birding Fest is always a blast, and we love to check out Green Drinks. You can Facebook Live and Zoom link, so it's virtual, and everybody gets to hang out. Planet Palooza, run by Kimmy Gordon, founder of Brown Faces, Green Spaces. The event is April 12th from 11 a.m. to 2:30 p.m. at Marquette Park in Gary. The same day, you'll have to do both. Northwest Indiana, they're both in Porter County. Well, one's in Lake County, one's in Porter County, but they're both west, so you can head over there for the day. Northwest Indiana Earth Day celebration, Porter County Expo Center, 9 to 1, April 11th. Large event with vendors. This event was the inspiration for the Earth Month extravaganza. Any other announcements? Announcements twice? Announcements 3 times. All right. For the last time, can I have a motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn.
Can I have a second?
A second.
All right. All in favor to adjourn?
Aye.
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 Michigan City Sustainability Commission is adjourned at 5:31 p.m.
Exactly 1 hour to the minute.
Wow.